Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live. I am Brittany Howard, Diamond Ambassador. That is the first time I've gotten to say that. I'm so excited. Thank you all for your hard work last month. April was definitely a record month. I'm sure you guys have heard that a million times already. I'm sure it was a record month for most of you if you've been in this business for any amount of time. It really was a huge month. And at the beginning of the month, I was looking at my points and I was considering, should I go for this? Like, I was really scared to death. But I went for a run one morning and I just was praying about it. And I really felt peace about it. I really did feel peaceful. And normally I would get a lot of anxiety thinking about it. And so, anyways, I felt peace. I decided I'm going for it. I told you guys, and then the rest was history. I mean, you guys crushed it. And I'm going to share my numbers with you. And I don't normally do this. But I think it's important for you guys to know. At the beginning of the month, I was thinking, what should I set the team goal at? I thought, should I put it at 250 joins? Because 250 joins for us would be a really good month. We've only ever done that a few times, and so I was like, should I do it at 250 or should I set it at 300? So 300 sounded like big, hairy, audacious, and I was like, you know what? I believe we can do it. I think we can do 300. So I set the goal at 300, and you guys know what? We added 732 people and I was blown away. I just did not see that coming. And not that I didn't think we were capable, it was just I didn't expect it. I mean, we'd never done that before. The biggest month we'd ever had was iPad month last March. And it was like, I don't know, 390 or something like that. So we didn't have any iPads this month. So I had no idea. But that's a huge number. And so I think the first thing we need to be thinking about right now is retention, because you cannot neglect what you already have in pursuit of what you're looking for. Okay. So that would be like, if I'm so focused on signing up new people, not that you shouldn't be signing up new people, because you definitely should. You always have to be signing up new people. But if I'm so focused on that I'm neglecting what I have, that's kind of like, I have 5 kids, and just being so focused on having another kid that I'm not even taking care of the kids that I have. I mean, they'd call defects on me, right? So you guys have to be taking care of the people that you have. These people have entrusted themselves to you with their health journey, with these products. They have spent their hard-earned dollars on these products because they trust you and they are wanting results. And so you need to be committed to their results. If you have not set up your customer service system, then you need to do that now. Like tonight, preferably. But if not tonight, tomorrow, pronto. And what I mean by that is just knowing what you're going to say to each person on each day. Day 3, day 5, day 7, day 8, whatever. Watch April's video that is pinned to the top of Plexus Freedom Team. If you have not seen that, it is essential. And I'm not talking about the ripple effect one. I'm talking about the one about customer care, about how to help your people get results on their product. It literally has copy and paste wording for what you say on every single day. So what you need to do is get your planner out, and for every person you added last month, you're going to go back to the day they joined, and then on your planner every day, you're going to write down, okay, here, Brooke is on day 25. That's what mine says today. So that means I'm going to my notes section of my phone where I have all of the verbiage typed out, and I'm going to look and see, okay, what am I supposed to ask on day 25? And all I have to do is copy and paste. It's super simple. And so this is a skill that you have to learn, is to help people get great results and fall in love with their products, because 732 people, y'all. What if only half of those people went silver? Did you know that whenever people get good results on their products and they love their products, they just share with, and you never even have, even if you've never mentioned it to them, happy customers make the best sharers. And then a lot of people find themselves with an accidental business. They're making money, getting deposits in their checking account because they love their products. Okay. So a lot of that will have to do with you, not all of it. I mean, you will lose a few people. Okay. As much as we want every single person to stay on their products, not all of them will, but most of them should. And if they are not, if you're losing more than like 20-25% of your people, then we need to take a look at your customer care. Okay, so retention should be very high on your priority list. If you want to be a jewel in this company, which you can, anyone can, and I'm living proof of that, because what you're looking at right now is not what you would have seen 6 years ago when I hit that enroll now button. But if you want to be a jewel in this company, there are 4 pillars that you must master. Recruiting is the first one. So you enrolled 10 people last month. Fantastic. Pillar number 2, retention. Getting your people to love their products. Pillar number 3, duplication. Getting your people to tell others about their products. And then pillar 4 is leadership. Okay. So with all of that in mind, make sure you watch April's video about customer care. Set your systems up. And if you have systems in place, then you can recruit as many people as you want to. And it's not necessarily creating more work for you, because I mean, really your retention work each day, it doesn't really take that long. Okay. Unless somebody is troubleshooting and you have to go find answers for them, that sometimes doing some digging, that can take some time, but you have to be committed to taking good care of your people. Okay. So, wanted to share with you some other numbers that always fascinate me when I hear Jules tell these numbers. So you guys know that at Emerald, it's a 6-figure income, Lexus paid for by the company, trip to Hawaii every year. And so when I hit Emerald, I had 40 level 1s. When I hit Sapphire, I had somewhere around 75 level 1s. And when I hit Diamond, I had about 110 level 1s. Now I have over 4,000 people on my team, but I've only personally enrolled about 110 of them. And that, a lot of the people on my team, I've never met them. But because we have such great culture and we have good systems in place on our team, everybody who comes into our team should be well taken care of, because we have great leaders across the board in our team. Okay. So if you are looking at Emerald or Sapphire or Diamond and you're thinking, wow, those numbers look really huge. I mean, Emerald, you have to have, is it 300? Is it 300 people actively ordering? That's Emerald. Let me do some math because I don't want to say this wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes. Okay. 300 people actively ordering. So Sapphire is 600 people actively ordering. Diamond is 900 people actively ordering. And that's assuming they're your levels 1 through 3. The more you climb up the ranks, the deeper your people get because of duplication that's happening. So that's not a hard and fast rule, but you can't go enroll 900 people yourself. And by the time you do that, then you probably have already lost the first 100 or 2, right? And so the way to climb through the ranks is duplication, retention, taking great care of the people that you sign up, okay? But anybody can go enroll 110 people, right? I mean, anybody can do that. Did I do it quickly? No, I didn't. And so as a matter of fact, I think I might have the story of longest journey to Diamond, because I was not a fast starter. I did not automatically get it. I wasn't automatically good at it. I wasn't a natural at it. A lot of people come into this business thinking, well, I'm just going to try this out and see how it goes. And if it, if I do well at it, if I make money, then I'll just keep going. But I'm here to tell you that I made no money when I first started. As a matter of fact, I lost money, not in Plexus, but I did another network marketing gig and I lost money because I was no good at it. But these products are life-changing. And I really, really believe that. And if you believe that, then you can trust the process and you can keep going. Okay. So network marketing is simply a set of skills that anybody can learn and get good at. Anybody can. Okay. So just be willing to learn the skills. You might not be a fast starter, and that's okay, because I was not either. But if you care about people and you believe in these products, then you should be able to influence them to make the decision you made. The fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, so that's enough about my numbers. I want to talk to you guys about adversity that I have faced along the way. So like I said, I was not a fast starter. I was not even sure if I could do this at first. I was insecure, had a lot of fear, had a lot of doubt, had a lot of mindset issues that I had to work through, emotionally immature, just like a lot of emotional baggage from my previous marriage, and then he died, so there was that, and just like a lot of things. Okay, so I was not an automatic rock star, and I have had to overcome a lot of things. And for every excuse that you can come up with, that, I mean, any out you can give yourself for why you couldn't be successful at this, I promise you that there is a jewel out there who could have made that same excuse and chose not to. Okay, so we all have adversity in our businesses at some point. We all have haters. Sometimes we have people that are rude to us. I have had someone very close to me just downright attack me over network marketing. I have had people be rude to me when I message them. I have had people be hateful on my posts. I have had people talk about me, and none of it is really true. But I had a fear of what other people think of me. And so there have been times in my business where I have allowed that to stop me. And I wish I hadn't, because I basically allowed them to slow me down and rob my family and even my team of the blessings of me reaching my potential because of the impact God wants me to have. Then I'm allowing somebody to stop me from doing that. I mean, that's not right. And God has a mission for you, right? He has people that he is going to put in your path that you are going to impact. For most of you, this is your mission field. Some of us might be pastors or in ministry, but for most of us, our work is our ministry. I know that is 100% true for me. And so if you are not reaching your potential in this business, then you are, we have to be obedient, right? We have to be obedient to the calling that God has placed on us. This business is going to allow you to impact more than just people's financial situation and their health. There are going to be ways that you influence the people that God has entrusted to your care that are outside the scope of Plexus even, okay? So I have allowed people's opinions of me or haters or whatever to stop me or slow me down. And like I said, I wish I hadn't. There's been one time in particular, somebody very close to me was so hurtful that I literally had to go to counseling just to sort out my emotions over it, okay? So we all have people that are rude to us. Every single person. Just because somebody is super successful does not mean they have not had that. It just means they know what to do when it does happen. They don't let it stop them. They know where they're headed. They know what they have their hands on here, and they know that eventually that person will be proven wrong. Okay? So haters and negative people are one form of adversity. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with fear of what other people think, fear of failure, fear of success, even fear of not knowing what to do when you are a leader, fear of not being able to help your people. There's lots of fear that you could have, and it's not that successful people don't have fear. So if you are struggling with fear right now, just know that it's not an indicator of whether or not you can be successful at this. It just means you have to work through your mindset. You're going to have to work through the fear. Where is the fear coming from? And replace the fear with the truth. Because most of the fear that you are and trusting in is not really true. It's usually some form of a lie that you are believing, whether it's about yourself or about network marketing or about our products or about others, right? So fear is not something that, oh, that person is successful because they don't have the fear that I have. That person is successful because they had fear, but they also had courage. They just didn't let their fear stop them. Okay. Point drops. Sometimes in this business, your points are going to go up. Sometimes they're going to go down. And if you ride that emotional roller coaster, then you're going to feel out of sorts a lot. You definitely want to be driven by your why and not your fear. Let me change this view real quick. Okay. Okay, so sometimes people are going to quit on you. Sometimes you might think that someone is going to go the distance with you and then they disappoint you. Sometimes people turn their subscriptions off. Sometimes you follow up with people about their products and they ignore you. So you're thinking, well, how am I supposed to help these people fall in love with their products if they won't even respond to my messages? In that case, you just start focusing on the relationship again. This is a relationship business. Sometimes you are going to struggle with insecurity. Sometimes you're going to struggle with doubt. Sometimes you're going to wonder, will I ever have somebody who wants this as bad as I want this? Some days you're going to feel like I'm working really hard and just not getting paid for the work that I'm putting in. But at some point, there comes a time where you are going to feel like you're getting paid way more for the work that you are putting in. Okay? And that's if you don't give up. So we all have adversity and challenges in this business, every single one of us. And the good news is that if other people out there have the same adversity and the same challenges, I mean, we all face the same issues, right? There's nothing new under the sun. If you have a problem in this business, then other people do too. And if other people have the same problems and can still be successful, guess what? So can you. You can figure it out. There's a solution out there, okay? I promise you. You're not facing some kind of unique problem that other people in this business don't have, okay? Okay, next thing I want to talk about is comparing yourself. Now, this is another thing that can really halt a lot of people, especially in a month like April. I like to call it Magic Month because there was definitely some magic happening. A lot of teams were in momentum. And if that was not you, then it is so, even if it was you, but you saw another team doing better than your team, it is so tempting to fall into that comparison trap. And guys, I'm here to tell you, comparison is the thief of joy. And you cannot work effectively if you are always looking to the left and to the right. You have to stay in your own lane, okay? And just because you see someone who is doing better than you right now, it's not an indicator of what things will look like 1 year from now or 2 years from now. So I'm going to share a story with you. When I first started my business, my direct sidelines were Cody Helmer and Tiffany Wilson. And, you know, we've all kind of climbed the ranks together over the past 5 years. And there have been times where, well, I was Fallon's first gold, but you know what? I was not her first diamond. And there have been times in my business where I remember in the IPA chats when we first started this, Lori Welch would do IPA chats with us. And this is when we were silvers and golds and senior golds. And she would, like Cody Helmer, she is an amazing recruiter. I mean, she is just the best. So amazing. And I've never been the best recruiter. I mean, I can enroll people because I feel strongly about what I do, but I've never been like a massive recruiter. And Cody Helmer was and still is. And so she would go in the chat and it just seemed like she was getting a join every single day. And I remember Lori just being like, oh, you little hot shot, you're amazing, just singing her praises, you know. And I'm over here like, what is she doing? How is she doing that? And how can I do that? And I want that affirmation. I want to be a hot shot. And I would just compare myself to Cody so bad. And then the same thing with Tiffany. I mean, we all do it, guys. We all do it. Well, all three of us are jewels now, right? So I was not Fallon's first jewel either. But I'm also not the last. So you can't compare yourself. There have been times where I've been doing better than Tiffany or Cody, or I win a top prize and they didn't. Or there have been times where they passed me up in rank, or vice versa, okay? So what you see right now is not an indicator of what's going to happen in the future. It's not an indicator of what your life or their life or your life or, I mean, your business or their business will look like 1 year from now. Because you know what? At some point in this business, everybody hits a wall because everybody has growing to do. Every single person does. And you don't know when that's going to be, right? Most people don't just hit the enroll now button and just fly to the top in less than a year. That's not most people's story. So we all have things that we have to grow through and learn, and it is a process, and God has you exactly where he wants you. You need to be faithful and consistent and diligent in the most important things, and you trust God with the timing. Okay? If you want to grow faster, if you want to grow your business faster, then grow faster. Work harder. If you're not willing to grow yourself faster or work harder, then quit whining. Don't complain about where your business is at, okay? If your business is not where you want it to be at, look in the mirror. And if you are doing the work, then what do you need to learn? What could be holding you back? Because there could be a lot of things. Could be fear, could be wording, could be a skill set, could be mindset. If you have a sponsor that you talk to on a consistent basis, then you can get some coaching and get them to ask you some questions and maybe boil down to the root of it. Okay. So, but anyways, we all are tempted to compare ourselves. And I just want you to know not to do that, because it does not matter. It really does not matter. And it is not an indicator of where you're going to go. And it's not an indicator of whether or not you can be successful. And also I want to add that no matter how big and bad you are, there will always be someone out there who is bigger and badder. So if your goal is to be the best of the best and the best of the best, then you're probably going to be disappointed in life a lot, okay? If your goal is to glorify God through what you do and to share health and happiness in others and bless your family in the process, then you can work this business with peace. You can, as long as you are actually putting the work in. And guys, you have to be just as willing to work on yourself as you are willing to work on your business. And you guys have heard me say this a million times. Your business is kind of like an airplane. There's several parts to it. The IPA, your income producing activity, is like the engine. It's going to get you so far down the runway. But if you want to create height and depth, then you have to do personal development. You have to be learning every single day. Okay? So the IPA is your engine, personal development is your wings, and you have to do both. You can't just sit there and do personal development all day, watch all the training videos and listen to all the calls and not do any work, because then you're going nowhere. But if you're doing all the IPA in the world, but you're not taking time to invest in yourself, in your mindset, in your skill set, growing yourself as a leader, learning this profession and getting better at it, then you're only going to get so far. Okay? And I'm preaching to the choir right now because you guys are on this team call. So clearly you want to invest in yourself. But are you really listening though? Because some of you probably on here responding to messages, scrolling Facebook. And that is not investing in yourself. That's not being focused. That's not trying to grow yourself. Okay? So you have to do both. And when I'm considering a business partner, I will always tell them, integrity is the foundation, but there's two things that I'm looking for. Are you willing to work, and are you willing to learn? Because those are the two main things that it's going to take for you to get to the top. And if you're willing to do those two things, then you can go as far as you want to go. Okay? So stop comparing yourself and just put the work in, be diligent, be consistent, and you're going to have to leave the timing in God's hands if you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. And I just said that have to be willing to grow and change to be successful. So you do have to be willing to change. So when I'm looking at somebody too, it doesn't matter really where someone is starting, because I think if anybody wants this bad enough, they can do it as long as they're willing to change. If there's an issue in your life that's holding you back, are you willing to change, or do you just want to sit there and blame everybody else and play the victim? Oh, I'm not successful because of this. I'm not successful because of that. Can I tell you that when I first started this business, I worked really hard for almost a year and all I got was halfway to gold. And then when I drew my line in the sand and I decided I was doing this and I changed my mindset and built my belief that I went from silver to emerald in 1 year, that's a big difference. 1 year, got halfway to gold. Next year, silver to emerald in 1 year. That's a big difference. It's $100,000 a year difference, guys. And you know what changed? It wasn't the products. It wasn't my upline. It wasn't the compensation plan. It wasn't my company. It was what was between my ears. So I had to be willing to change what I was thinking. And it's not that I don't struggle with negative thoughts sometimes about myself or whatever. But it's just now I know what to do with it because I've read some books and I listen to podcasts, and my car is basically a rolling university, and yours needs to be too. Most people stop learning once they get out of high school or college. That's not going to be you if you want to be successful at this. Anything you endeavor in, there's going to have to be some skills that you have to learn. I don't care if you're getting a job at Burger King. You're not going to just walk up in there and start ringing people up with no basic knowledge of how to run a cash register or what's on the menu, right? So if this was a college class, it would be one of the easiest ones to take. But network marketing is one of the highest paid professions in the world. It can provide you your why if you are willing to change, if you're willing to grow, if you're willing to put the work in, because it is work. Okay, it's not a lottery ticket. All right, so some of you want to rank up this month. Some of you want May to be your magic month. And for some of you, it will be. And I'm going to tell you, last month we had people double rank, triple rank even. It was mind-blowing what happened last month. I believe we created the perfect storm. In January, we just went back to the basics. And then I just started doing what I did in the beginning that helped me go from silver to emerald in a year. And I'm going to tell you what it was. Training, in-person events, sip and sees, in-person trainings, just getting in front of people, being passionate, being excited, showing people what's possible. You have to be that leader, okay? You have to be the one who does that. You don't sit around and wait on your upline to do that for you, because I didn't have an upline doing that for me. You know what I did? I got one of Kristen Abart and Amber Miller's videos, and I memorized it word for word. Literally word for word. I wrote down word for word what they said, and I memorized the whole thing verbatim, and I went and did my first sip and see, and everybody thought I was smart, but I didn't make up any of it, okay? And if I can do that, you can do that. It is very simple. You just have to be willing. It's not a matter of if you can. It's a matter of if you are willing, because I know that you can, but are you willing? Or are you going to let fear stop you? Are you going to let insecurity and doubt hold you back? You have to decide. Nobody can decide that for you. You have to be willing to do what it takes, okay? So double ranking. Oh, I was going to say, perfect storm. Back to the basics, events, and then I told you guys I was going for diamond, and then we had a sale, and then we had a giveaway chat, which was explosive and tons of fun. And you guys have heard me say this over and over too, but momentum begets momentum, does it not? Like, you get in that chat and you see all these people getting joins and prizes and stuff. Doesn't that excite you and make you see, oh my gosh, all these people are doing that. Look what is happening. This is so exciting. I need to do this too. If they can do it, I can do it. And it just really created this perfect storm to where things that didn't seem possible or likely before suddenly were possible. And that can be you this month. If you are looking at your team and you want to rank up, here's why I suggest you start. Who do you have on your team that can rank up with you? I think that the best way to push for a rank is when you have somebody who's ranking up with you. It's not the only way, but I do think it's the most effective way. So let's just say you are going to go for senior Ruby. Then you write down your level ones. Who on your team wants to go gold? Who on your team wants to go silver or super silver or senior gold or ruby even? Okay, so you can project or just kind of estimate where your points might land based on what your team's goals are. Okay, and then you do whatever you can as a leader to help them reach their goals. As they reach their goals, you reach yours too. And then you recruit, and you duplicate. You show people what is possible. You tell them about the impact incentives, the stimulus impact incentives, how much money they can earn, what this can mean for their family. If you have not shared the opportunity and these bonuses with every single person that you have enrolled, the time to do it is right now. And if you have shared and they haven't shown interest yet, then the time to follow up is now. Have you let everybody in your downline know about what is going on in May? Because for most people, it's not a matter of them not being interested. It's a timing issue. Okay? So the time could be now. You never know what has changed in their life. They could have went to the doctor and gotten a bad report and they're just fed up. Or they could have had a job layoff and now their wheels are turning about plan B, right? You don't know what's happening in somebody's life unless you are connecting with them and asking them and telling them what is possible. So for you to rank up this month, first of all, retention. Talked about it at the beginning. If you are only selling welcome packs, but you're not taking top-notch care of your customers, congratulations. You just got yourself a welcome pack business, guys. That is not residual income, and that is not network marketing. You have to provide top-notch customer care to people who buy products from you, okay? That is your responsibility. So get these people sharing, and then you have to just go enroll people, and then see where your team is. April, she just hit Emerald last month. She double ranked Senior Ruby. A week later went Emerald. And she also had a level 1 go Senior Ruby, who also double ranked. Abby went from Ruby to Senior Ruby in like 3 or 4 days. It was mind-blowing. But April had a level 1 hit, Senior Ruby, and then she had 4 level 1s go gold. So what are you guys talking to people about the opportunity? If you want your month to look like a double rank or even a rank up, then you've got to get busy sharing with people about the opportunity. And really, it is a skill that can be learned. If you're sitting there telling yourself, nobody wants to work this business with me, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Are you doing the work? Are you learning the skill? If I was sitting there thinking, I don't have anybody who wants to work this business with me, you know what I would do? I would go to YouTube and I would find every single video about how to get people to work this business that I could get my hands on. And I'd watch it until I got it. And then you just go do the work. You have to be willing to be bold and share with people about the opportunity, because you're not going to rank up without duplication. You may get to a certain level, but you will not hit a leadership rank if you are not willing to do the things, put the work in, and follow up with people, not just about the products, but also about the opportunity. All right. I think that's it. So, journey to diamond, what does it take? It takes grit. It takes work. It takes willingness to learn. It takes learning the skills. It takes showing up even when you don't feel like it. It takes not giving up. Because guys, I joined 6.5 years ago, and I haven't been working really hard 6.5 years. 5 years ago, I drew my line in the sand. That's when I really went all in. 5 years ago in April. And I just hit diamond. And I didn't just hit it, guys. We flew past it. Re-entry. That means that right now I can go sign myself up as my own level 1 and build all the way to diamond again if I want to. And our comp plan is the only one out there that I know of that has that feature. So there have been times in my business where I have felt very discouraged. and wondered what was I doing wrong. And at every single rank, it seems like there was something else I had to learn. There was something else I had to learn, or I just needed to work a little bit harder. I just needed to put more work in because I wasn't working as much as I could work, right? So, it was always a problem within me, though. It was not a problem with anybody outside of me or our products or anything else. My upline, none of that. So, just want you guys to know you can do this. Make May your magic month. Fast is easy, slow is hard. Guys, if you're going to do this, just do it. Do it. Do it big. Don't put your big toe in. Go all in, because you really can earn financial freedom with this opportunity. This opportunity is for anybody who is willing to see it and go after it. So I'm telling you, go after it. Do not let the momentum slow down. We are in full momentum. Capitalize on it. Momentum begets momentum. Okay? Love you guys. I'm so excited for what's coming for you guys this month. So excited about convention, and thank you for your hard work. Thank you for helping me become a diamond, and I cannot wait to see all of you as Plexus diamonds. Good night.